Have you ever wondered if those characters you've only seen in science fiction could actually start to walk among us? Well, we are right on the edge of a world where it's getting really hard to tell where humanity ends and the machine begins.
It's a pretty powerful question, isn't it? For decades, we've all dreamed about robots that look and act just like us. But you know what? This isn't science fiction anymore. We're actually building these sophisticated machines that can walk, talk, and even mirror our emotions so perfectly it's almost uncanny.
So, to really get a grip on this revolution, we've got to get our terms straight first. We throw around words like robot and humanoid all the time, but an android? Well, that means something very, very specific. So, what is it that really sets them apart?
The name itself is actually a huge clue. Android comes from the Greek word andros, which literally means human. The entire design philosophy is to mimic us, not just in what they can do, but in how they look. The whole point is to make our interactions with them feel completely natural, just like talking to another person. Okay, let's break this down a bit. A general robot, that's built for a task. Think of a robotic arm in a factory. A humanoid has a human-like body, two arms, two legs, a head, but it still clearly looks like a machine. An android, though, is the next level. It's all about hyper-realism. So here's the key takeaway. All androids are humanoids, but not all humanoids are androids. They are the absolute elite, engineered from the ground up to blend in with us. Now, these incredibly complex machines, they didn't just pop up overnight. Nope. They're the result of a long, steady march of innovation, a march that's been speeding up like crazy in just the last few years. This timeline really shows you the key leaps forward. Back in the 70s, it was all about just getting the basic form right. By 2000, Honda's Asimo blew everyone away by mastering mobility, walking, and even climbing stairs. Then in 2016, Sophia became a star by mastering conversation. And today, androids like Ameca are tackling the final frontier, truly realistic facial expressions. It's a journey from just moving like us, to talking like us, to actually looking like us. And that last step, it's both incredible and, for a lot of people, a little bit unsettling. And that unsettling feeling, it actually has a name. The uncanny valley. It's that strange, eerie dip in our emotional response when something looks so close to human, but something is just a little bit off. Every new generation of Android, from Sophia to Ameca, is a brand new attempt to finally climb out of that valley for good. So, how on earth do they do it? What's actually going on under that synthetic skin to make these machines so incredibly convincing? Let's pop the hood and break down the core technology.
You know, building a believable android really comes down to three distinct layers, all working in perfect harmony. First, you've got this complex endoskeleton for that fluid, human-like movement. Then, you wrap that skeleton in an advanced silicone skin that looks and feels just like ours. But the real magic, the thing that brings it all to life, is the AI brain. That's the intelligent core that lets it see, hear, and talk with the world around it.
And to give you a sense of the sheer complexity we're talking about, get this. It takes over 50 individual motors just to control the face. Every subtle smile, every raised eyebrow, it's like a tiny orchestra of precise engines working in perfect concert. That's the mind-boggling level of engineering it takes just to replicate a single human expression. The AI brain, though, is the true game changer. It's not just about spitting out pre-programmed lines, it's about understanding. It uses these amazing language models to process what we say and come up with its own responses. But at the same time, its computer vision is looking at our faces, making eye contact, and even reading our emotions, letting it adjust its own feelings on the fly. It's this constant, real-time feedback loop of social interaction.
Okay, this is all incredible technology, for sure. But it definitely raises the question, so what? I mean, beyond being a cool science project, where are we actually seeing androids making an impact out in the real world?
The answer is, they're already out there and in some pretty diverse fields. And it all hinges on their human form. In healthcare, a human-like face can offer comfort and endless patience to the elderly. In hospitality, it gives you a familiar, friendly point of contact. In education, just imagine learning history, not from a textbook, but by having a conversation with someone who looks like a historical figure. In every single case, their form is their function. It's what makes them such powerful tools for social interaction, and even for studying ourselves. So as this technology moves out of the lab and into our daily lives, it forces all of us to confront some very deep, very human questions about the kind of future we're actually building. This is one of the biggest questions we're going to face. Our brains are hardwired to respond to human-like faces and behaviors. So when a machine can mimic them perfectly, what are our social or even moral obligations to it? Do we treat it like a toaster or like something more?
Ultimately, as androids become more and more a part of our world, as companions, caregivers, and assistants, we all need to be part of the conversation about their place in it. Where do we draw the line between human and machine? That's not just a question for engineers anymore. It's a question for all of us.